Hello and welcome to Live with the Pricing Lady, the podcast. I'm Janine Liston, your hostess. This show is all about helping small business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups get better at pricing. My mission is to help you build a more sustainably profitable business by understanding the tactics and strategies of pricing and using them effectively in your business. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to today's guest. Anisa Zafar. Hi, Anisa.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I'm pleased to have you here. Why don't we kick this off with a few rapid fire questions? So, the first question is, where are you joining us from today?
I'm in Basel, in Switzerland.
Yes, me too. For those of you who don't know where I'm from, we're both calling in today from Switzerland. Welcome. Now, what is or how would you describe your superpower?
I would say I'm a peacemaker. So I try to bring the different opinions, to listen to different opinions. And my wish and heart desire is to find a win-win solution.
Excellent. That must come in handy, especially because I read that earlier in your career you were a project manager. And so that must also come in handy when you're trying to get people to do what needs to be done for the project.
Absolutely. I think that is coming from there.
Yeah, interesting. Next question. What's one interesting thing that most people don't know about you?
That's a good question. I think the most interesting things that I can share, which is funny as well,
Mhm.
that I really like to talk to the plants
Aha.
and to trees when I walk or at home. I just feel their energy. So I can really connect with them and see the life there.
Hmm.
So you might see me in Basil Street that I just hug a tree and I'm just have a conversation with that tree.
Okay. Very
So I'm a
interesting.
nature lover, and more
Yeah.
than that, I can really connect with nature, with trees and plants.
Okay. Well, we can see you have a green thumb as well because
Ah,
we
you
see the
see,
plants
that's
behind
it.
you. Oh, that's great. So here's a last to kick off question. What is the value? So first you can tell us a little bit about what you do
Sure.
and what the value is that your clients get from working with you.
Very good question. So I'm working. Shall I tell a little bit what I do so
Mhm.
people will understand how they can get values and where we go? So as you mentioned, I'm educated as a project manager, and then I have started my career as a meditation teacher, coach, and then healer. I
Mhm.
mostly work with women. So what they can get is, let's say, they learn how to slow down in this kind of crazy world, and by slowing down, they can have clarity in their mind. They can take a better decision and they can change their relationship with themselves. And once they change the relationship with themselves, the whole world around them will change. So it's a transformation
Mhm.
that they get when they come to work with me
Mhm.
for better, hopefully.
Yes, for better, hopefully, of course. Now, you were telling me just before we hit record that so the name of your business, you're the founder of Tree of Life Guru. And I made the mistake of thinking you were the guru, but you informed me something else. So, what do you mean by guru?
Sure, that's a very good question. And I appreciate that you have asked it
Mhm.
because I really like to always explain it. So, tree of life for me is each human being, right? We are like a tree. So, we need to be really grounded
Mhm.
in the earth, um, in the matter, and then grow up to the sky. And then we need a guru. What is the guru? It's the higher self, is our soul. So for me, Tree of Life Guru is kind of a combination that it's calling you to ground yourself from one side and then connect to your spiritual being, guru. So I'm not a guru. Sometimes people come to me and say, how do you call yourself guru? I was like, I didn't. Just go on my website and read about it. It is you. It is you, yourself, and your higher self. It is each human being that has all of those components.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing that. I thought that was really interesting and that you all would enjoy hearing that as well. So we all have our inner guru that we're reaching for or towards. Is that a
That
fairly
guide
correct
us,
statement?
right? Our intuition, you can call it how you
Intuition.
like and comfortable with
Yeah.
it. Soul,
Yeah.
spirit, intuition, higher self, higher soul,
Superpower.
superpower. Yes, yes, guide, inner guide,
Right. Right.
as you like it, as it resonates to you.
Mhm. Okay, excellent. So, why don't we first talk a little bit about you made this big shift from project management into uh, doing what you do now as a healer and a meditation and a coach, meditation coach. Why don't you tell us about what led you to start your own business?
So I do basically a little bit of both, let's say
Hmm.
like that. The reason that I start my company and let's say the coaching in a specific meditation was that um, I think it's mostly for all of the coaches and meditations like that. This start, it benefits yourself. So you're in a place that you start to ask questions and then you start to practicing different things such as meditation and coaching or healing, different healing.
Hmm.
And you say, oh my God, my life has been transformed. How can I keep those things to myself, right?
Hmm.
So it was not something planned as I planned to study, for example, chemical engineering, project management, or go to the university. It just came because I have seen how it has transformed my own life and I couldn't
Hmm.
keep it to myself, right? So
Yeah.
the willing of giving, it becomes so bigger than you that if you don't do that, you feel kind of you're keeping it to yourself, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So it becomes an inner fire to share the knowledge, to share
Right.
the methods, to techniques, and relief, of course, right? With all the
Hmm.
pain that is in the world, lots of drama. You say, oh, that can solve lots of drama. Why not? Why not sharing?
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, for me and you and I don't think we've talked about this, but for a while, I was also doing some mindfulness coaching and teaching in that area. And I came to that through my own burnout and wanting to find a way to do things better. And mindfulness has really helped me with that as well. Mindfulness meditation and mindfulness practices. So I can understand that. Anissa, what was it like the first time you sat down and actually had to price what you offer?
Hmm. It's very interesting. It goes back maybe to 2017, right?
Mhm,
And so I start in that moment to teach. I have done so many training and starting in 2014 with my trainings, my journey, everything. I had so many trainings and certification and also small experience to teach, right?
mhm,
So when it comes to put my first prices, to use the right word, I think I was not confident to
mhm,
put a right and exact price there. I was like, I'm just starting. I don't know. I don't want that people don't come to me because of the high price. So I
mhm.
remember that I put something maybe 20% of what it was the price, right?
Mhm,
And I start with that.
mhm. And so you say that was one because you didn't want people to not come to you because it was too expensive. Was it also a little bit of fear on your side, do
Yes,
you think?
yes,
Yeah,
it was because I
yeah.
wanted that people come to me and from the other side. So there were different factors.
Mhm,
It was first, okay, people won't come to me if I put a big price, right? And the
mhm,
other things was how can I charge them a little bit because it's coaching, spiritual coaching,
mhm,
or it's meditation. And the other part was like um, maybe they don't have money, so I want to give. So it was a very mixture of thinking. So I didn't have
mhm,
really the whole picture, right?
mhm,
I had a
mhm,
picture of that only like money,
mhm,
just that is money, and some people they don't have it. So how can I make sure that I have clients and people come to me, and I'm
Mhm.
not a bad person
Mhm.
because I'm putting price there, right? So
Ah, yes.
that's very basically describe it with words. It's like, oh, you're a bad person because you're charging, right? And you see it
Mhm.
often also. Many people comment that, and it goes to your belief system. So it
Yes.
was 2017.
Mhm. Mhm. Interesting. No, I've seen this happen to other people, especially in the space of healing and coaching. That sometimes people have gotten very aggressive, let's say, on social media and say, or directly with the coach or the healer, and told them, "How dare you charge for something when you're helping people?"
Mhm.
Have you ever encountered that? And
Mhm.
how did you respond in that situation?
So back to that time, I would be very upset. I would say, ah, you're right. And I would be for a long time upset.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
by the time I really realized that money is energy, is
mhm,
like that you breathe in, you need to breathe out. So I'm giving you something and there is a receiving,
mhm,
right? You cannot breathe in and keep it. You
mhm,
need to
mhm,
get it out. So money is totally energy that you're investing for a transformation, that you're also giving to receive the energy of the other person,
yes,
right? And then I've worked a lot on that, and I also have done my reflection to say, hey, Anisa, you have been also a student, right? And you had been to the coaching classes.
mhm,
How had it been? I never questioned why they're expensive or why they're charging me. I was paying very happily, also blessing them because
mhm,
they helped me so much and they transformed my life, right? They
mhm,
helped me how to reduce my stress, how to set goals, how to improve my performance. So I even didn't think about why they're charging. So I was like, Anissa,
mhm,
how it has been. I was like, yeah, I paid them the transformation that they brought to my life. So I invest on my future. And that helped me enormously because I was like the change that I have now in my life, thanks to them, because they teach me and they help me to discover. So what I'm doing now for people, I'm helping them to have a better future. So how it cannot be an investment, right? We invest on clothes, we invest on food. And this is something that we're investing for the future. And that had me really the different mindset also, right? Have that reflection as an investment that you're helping someone to transform the future and also
mhm,
see the money as energy. So like life of a tree of life guru, right? So that has
mhm,
tree of life, which is you being grounded in this physical world, and
mhm,
then guru. Otherwise, it will be only guru, only soul. But
mhm,
we are not souls only, right? We have the
mhm,
physical body, and that means that we need that physical matters in this world as well. So
mhm,
investing that in terms of money, that means that we are investing in our development, in our future, in this physical world. So basically, my perspective has changed totally.
mhm, mhm, mhm. And I mean, as someone who comes, let me rephrase that. As someone who comes from a very, let's say, logical space in project management, and then also has this very, say, I don't want to say non-logical, I want to say more spiritual side, or aspect to what you do. I'm curious, when you first started your business, did you take a look at the numbers and the figures, and understand how much you would have to work at those prices you originally charged in order to be able to earn the money that you wanted? Was that even part of your thought process, or was that just not really at that point in time something that you even considered?
That's a very good question. I
Mhm,
think I didn't consider in 5 years ago, even though, I do it at my daily job. I consider that with numbers and
mhm,
everything. But when
right.
it came to my business, it was not a case.
It
I
filtered.
didn't consider that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
learned it after that. I start to, take the business course. I was like, yeah, that is something that I already knew that, right?
Mm.
It's the project management job. And right, it's very interesting. There are many things that we know,
Mhm.
and then we take a
Mm.
course in that specific area. You learn how to develop and how to integrate that. And
Mhm.
I started doing that later.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that it's very common, especially for people who are working in a similar space as you, that they just want to be of service, and oftentimes the more business core aspects are not a big priority, let's say, at the time, and that also influences what they choose to do and how they choose to do it.
That's
Super
very true.
interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
I can only confirm that.
Mhm. So, why do you think that healers and coaches, people working in the space, struggle with the pricing topic? Because I mean, you must also see it, I would guess, in some of your clients as well. Yeah.
Sure.
Hmm.
So I think the main things is the perspective, how we see the money, right?
Hmm.
We see the money as something that you have it or I don't have it,
Hmm.
something physical, and we don't see it as energy. We don't see it as an investment of the energy as well, right?
Hmm.
And we believe that if the prices are low, then more people will come. I've done
Hmm.
also some trial to see how it works, right?
Hmm.
I sometimes run the courses for free because I
Hmm.
have also free, I'd give it with my heart and I have free courses also. So I give it free and very nice courses that they might be, 1,000 francs. I give it for free.
Hmm.
People come register. The last time I had 200 registration. And I want that you guess how many people really participated.
Oh, very few. Very few. I guess
I had
10, maybe
20,
10%.
20 people.
Yeah.
I had 20 people who really came
Hmm.
and, use that space. And if it is payment, I will have participation of 100%. So you're
Hmm.
committing to yourself. So I
Yeah.
say that sometimes when, of course, I like to give it sometimes for free to do some,
Hmm.
testing, and I give it with my heart. And
Hmm.
from the other side, when it is a payment, you are helping the other person to commit.
Hmm.
How many times maybe you and me, I do it at least. I
Yeah.
register for something free and I don't participate because,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's free, right? And
Yeah.
if it is the paid one, I need to put the alarm, You have a
Hmm.
course now running and you paid for that. So it's helping as well. It's to,
Yes.
be committed. Some people ask me, give me a method, Anisa, that I can be committed to my meditation. I cannot because something comes. I say, register for a course.
That you have to pay for.
Pay? Yes. Yes, it helps. Believe me,
Yes,
it
it does.
helps. I do it with yoga for myself. So
Yeah.
just register a course, you pay it in advance, and it helps
Mhm.
you. And once it
Yes.
becomes a habit, then you can maybe stop
Mhm.
it, do something else.
Yeah.
So it's another point that is very important. We forget that to
Yes.
help the
Absolutely.
clients to commit to something, right? To study with us, to come and to have that mindset of development because they are committed to that
Mhm.
already.
Yeah. I think that's an excellent point, that having the right price isn't just about you and your business. It's also a benefit to the customers as well, or to your clients. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And when you were talking about the energy, I was, because I come from an engineering background, also very logically oriented. And people think that pricing is super logical. It's actually a lot of psychology. It has both elements. But when you were talking that,
Mhm.
I was thinking about every action has an equal and opposite reaction. One of the laws of physics, which is along the same lines as well.
That's true, right?
Yeah. What do you think is the most important thing that you've learned from your own pricing journey? And let me follow that, have a second part to that. As it's a journey, it continues and it continues. So, what do you see as next in your own pricing journey?
Hmm. Uh, I think what I have again to have this in my mind, money is energy, you
Mhm.
know. I'm confident to the transformation, to the fair transformation that I'm bringing, right? Um, and to again, to the third point, which is very important, to make sure that we help to people to be committed and to
Mhm.
take this journey, and they come to the sessions, and they know that okay, they have invested. That's why they need to take time also to building the habits, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
There are the three things that I always have in my mind.
Mhm. Mhm. Excellent. And what challenges do you have now with your pricing, and what is it that you need to do next?
Mhm. What I'm
Or
thinking about,
opportunities. Yeah. Could also be opportunities, Anisa. It doesn't always have to be
opportunity, sure,
challenges.
that is better. Yes, that is better for me. I avoid to say problems, issues.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Opportunities is good. I like it.
Mhm.
So what I'm giving also, I'm making different packages
Mhm.
to offer packages, for example. So what I have really alternative offers that can suit
Mm.
everyone, right? So I have a small offers with a small price. I have a middle price, and now I'm just making a packages to have a
Mhm.
longer journey with people. And what I'm doing also, I'm providing as an investment, right? I'm providing the rates for the
Mhm.
payment, and
Mhm.
I'm adjusting that a little bit. So two rates, three rates, and I see how the people react. So I see that many
Mhm.
people like and appreciate that. So I
Mhm.
think that is the next opportunity to give the big packages like programs, that we are
Mhm.
together 2 months, 3 months, 1 month.
Mhm.
Um, so it is another opportunity also for client that they can choose to be longer with me, and then we can work together. And I'm putting the prices on them.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a say an evolution in the maturity of your pricing. Let's put it that
Yes,
way. When it
yes,
comes to, so moving beyond just having a single prices for things, but then
yes,
creating offers at different value points. So that's excellent.
absolutely.
I wish you great success with
Thank
that
you.
as well. What would you say? We're going to start wrapping this up in a moment. Before we do, I do have one more question I'd like to ask. What would you say to someone who's just starting out in this space as a healer, as a coach, when it comes to pricing their first offers?
I would invite them to reflect on their journey
Mhm.
and the classes and courses and the teachers that help us, and we paid them.
Mhm.
That we paid them really with our heart. We bless them and we say just thank you. So they will be the same for people. I
Mhm.
just invite them to reflect on that.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
is very, very helpful for pricing them.
Mhm. Mhm. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I have a few wrap up questions here. I'm going to skip the first one because I think you've answered it very nicely again and again. Actually, let me ask it again because
Sure.
I'm curious what you say. But what's the one thing people should take away from our discussion today?
Money is energy.
I knew it.
You give and you receive. You give it
Yeah,
and you receive it.
yeah, yeah. Money is energy. I love it. Thank you. In general, what's the best business advice that you've been given as an entrepreneur?
That someone told me.
Mhm,
Um, think as coaching as transformation. So don't think that it's just 1 hour that you're spending with someone. Think the
mhm,
transformation and the pain that you're releasing in life of someone. You're just relieving a pain, right? Lifting
mhm,
a pain. So broad just your view. It was a coach actually that gave me that advice, and it was very
mhm,
helpful.
mhm. And how did that help you?
By thinking of that, you do not think of 1 hour, how much does it cost? Shall I
Mhm,
put it 10 franc, 1 franc, 2 francs for 1 hour? Or is it transformation is a bigger thing, you
mhm,
know? How much that pain relief of
mhm,
that person might be valued, right? If that
mhm,
pain is relief, what that person can do in life. where that
Mhm.
person can go by having that view, of course, with fairness, right? With fairness, you kind of open your heart, and when you put a price, you're not shame, you do not feel guilt. Because if you
Mhm.
do that, and if you do it to the session, or when you're talking to the client, the energy is there, right? The energy of shame and guilt, and people will understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. I love that. That's a great piece of advice. Is there a favorite book or tool that you'd like to share with us today?
Thank you that you said two, because I have two.
Oh, excellent.
I brought them here. So
Okay.
first one, can you see that?
Yeah, I
It's a
can see it.
Kabbalistic circle of life,
Uh-huh.
the
Okay.
mastery of life, and it
Mhm.
talks about basically also business. So
Okay.
how you can look at the different period of time and how you
Mhm.
can organize your life. You can take responsibilities, find the causes of your laziness, and
Mhm.
start to organize your life. So that is amazing. It's not about
Okay.
religion. Um,
Okay.
it's a spiritual. It's about business. So
Okay. Super. We'll be
that
sure
is
to put that in the show notes for
yes.
everyone. Mhm.
And the second one, it is handmade,
Okay.
handwritten. Inspired Woman Rock Switzerland Journey
Ah,
that I
yes.
was one of the contributor.
Uh-huh.
That is the story of 31 amazing women, entrepreneurs, businesswomen, that they have started differently from different steps, and they're telling about their life and why they are doing what they're doing. So if the people likes to start in a business, I think it's very inspiring. It's giving hope and empowering women,
Okay.
basically. So that is the
Super.
second book.
Excellent. So we'll be sure to put both of the links to both of those in the show notes. Show notes. Show notes, not nuts. Show notes. Okay, one very last question for you, Anisa. How can people reach out to you if they'd like to know more about working with you and what you do?
Sure. My website is the best place to be there, www.treeoflifeguru.com. You can
Exactly.
send me an email from there or book a free discovery call.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay,
there for you.
very good. So we'll put the link to her website and all of her other links as well so that you can reach out for her. Reach out to her in the show notes. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much for joining us today, Anisa. It's really been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you
And
so
I'm
much.
sure our healers and coaches out there are going to love listening to this episode.
Thank you so much for inviting me in your podcast, Jenny. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, ladies, gentlemen, it's been such a pleasure having you here with us today. If you're listening live, thank you so much for joining us. If you have questions, you can always pop them into the comments, and Anisa and I will handle them once we close out the show here. For those of you who are listening to the podcast version of this, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. As I said, this program is all about helping you build a better understanding of pricing and how to use it in your company. If you'd like to find out more about that, you can head on over to thepricinglady.com and book a call with me there. I wish you all the best. Have a great day. And until next time, enjoy pricing.
Thank you. Bye bye.